Hello everybody, SJM back, all sparkly and pink, and I got some special hat on now. At any rate, the beta has moved on and has been patched up, and by the time you're seeing this it will have been out for a week already, so old news for those who are actively playing this pack, but I just wanted to go over that, and as well we'll talk about a couple of the bigger changes. Obviously we got the slime ball recipe back, so I think this was changed from before, like from B 4.0, but now the recipe, you're going to put magma cream in the centrifuge. You'll get molten blaze out of it on the other side. And it's a little bit wonky because you're only going to get 45 millibuckets each time, so you'll need a way to pump out the blaze from the centrifuge if you want to get rid of it, because bucketing it out is going to be a little bit hard to get proper. But it does have some interesting uses here. So the molten blaze, basically if you take 720 millibuckets, you can get an extra jets. You can get jets modifier, so you put the liquid into the tool modifier and then put on your boots and you can get the jets on there. I didn't realize this before, but let's go look at my boots. I only have tier 1 of jets. Apparently if you do multiple crafts, you'll get higher tier of jets, and you can fly. It'll increase the rate at which you go up. Would have been handier earlier, I think, but now that we've got the blaze jet wand, there's no need, because you can just go. You can go up so fast with the jet wand, so no need to worry about that anymore. Another recipe that changed is that the raw biopolymer does not make steel anymore. It makes biosteel, and biosteel is not used for anything. So that recipe that I was doing before will not be valid anymore for those of you watching after the fact, and we can in fact go back to putting our biopolymer into the drying rack so that we can get leather and we can move on with some books. So it's kind of what I've been working towards, is getting lots of paper, leather, and we can work our way towards the enchanting table now that we have access to diamonds. And yeah, I want to get silk touch for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, from the last episode, we need to break some of the... Actually, it's further along in the quest line, which I guess I should explain first there, though. Once we get down to here, Warden's Smite books are crafted with Skulk Shriekers. So to get Warden's Smite 1, we need 4, and the enchantment goes all the way up to 4, and at tier 4 or 5, I guess, lets us instantly kill the warden, so you can one tap him. But until we get that, we're not going to be able to get the warden's heart, which we then use with the budding cores that we gathered from Celeste. What's the name of that? Crystal core, from the crystal core dimension. So until we get that, we're not going to be able to automate getting all of our diamonds, but I've got 27 diamonds, 35 emeralds, enough to get us going for this, for the moment, for the time at hand. Anyways, where's my dirt? I guess that slime ball can go in there. I made a blaze key eventually, because I wanted to extend the area in which I have to use power machines, so I just ran my cable through there. It's not a wise idea to use these blaze keys all willy-nilly, because they only come with 16 durability to start. But if you wanted to take out all of these interior walls, or open everything up a lot better, then you can. I suggest, though, there's an item called, or a machine called an item repairer. It's fairly easy to make, just takes a ton of iron, so 3 anvils worth. But you put your items in there and it just repairs items. I don't think there's any need, I don't think it needs anything. You can put speed upgrades in it to speed it up, but you just put it in there and over time it will repair. So especially on a low durability item, it should fix it up pretty quickly there. Higher durability items might take longer, obviously. Alright, I think that's all I wanted to talk about between episodes, other than the fact that I gathered up a ton of materials, as you can see, but haven't quite gone through it all just yet. But what we can do is talk about what I did do in the, because I just went ahead and finished off all these quest lines, because it's just processing of items. Just making the fragment forge in itself, which was 5 plastic sheets, 2 motors, plating, which you'll need the regular steel to make this, so you'll have to make it with the coal dust instead of the raw biopolymer. And then any one of the gears, definitely suggest using the amethyst one, because it's the least useful, and you also get 3 gems per amethyst that you crush, whereas you need 9 gears of diamond or emerald to get 1 diamond or emerald. So just a hint for you all there. But basically, in the fragment forge, we put in our gears, and we're going to get the small dusts out of them. So the diamond and the emerald are 9 to 1. And the quartz and Certus quartz are just 4 to 1. Now each of these gets processed in the alloy forge afterwards with the processed amethyst. So the amethyst will give you these impressional gems instead of a dust. And you use those to put together, and this will start giving me nether quartz. The Certus quartz obviously gave me these Certus quartz crystals. And the diamond and emerald will give you their respective actual gems. And that's basically what all of this is telling you in here. Now the thing that we get to as the crux here is the prudentium crystal. Actually, let's talk about this over here. So as of B 6.0 now, we have quartz enriched iron and refined storage. So if you want to use it, you can. I think there's a big investment to it, and it's not giving me any extra functionality because I'm not setting up any auto crafting and using any of the more important things from refined storage. So just having a storage system, this is working just fine for me, like this deep in the pack, and I only have 4 iron chests worth of goods, plus obviously a few drawers here and there, but not a lot of extra process. I haven't done a ton of extra processing either, so I guess that is the thing there. Let's put those away for now, and let's and then obviously down here the enchanting table, which leads to experience seeds. We can't deal with these just yet because they are tier 4, so even if we make experience seeds, we have to get a higher tier. We need the tertium crystal before we can make the tertium essence. So that'll be later on in the quest line, but if we wanted to make experience seeds, it's 8 spirited crystals, and each of these spirited crystals is in the energizer. It's 1,000,000 FE per, so it'll take 8 of your emeralds. But like I said, we couldn't grow the seeds just yet. But that is coming up. We'll get to that eventually, because having the experience will be good for using the enchanting table and moving forward with that. But for now, let's just look at the prudentium crystal. So it takes 4 prudentium, 4 emeralds, and a diamond. So we'll grab all of that stuff. Oh, and here's my big brain fart from last episode, was that the first thing that we should have done, I wanted to get these back going. The first thing we should have done with our first 8 Inferium should have been to make the Inferium seeds. We should have taken those 8 Inferium and a Biospore and made Inferium seeds and started growing them in these cloches, because we didn't need all of that elemental stuff anymore. But I've just now have all of these dedicated to making Inferium, because we need to get higher up, the higher tiers of things. So 4 Inferium plus an Inferium crystal will make Prudentium, and it should just be doable in here. So now we've got 4 of those. And yeah, if I had seen that, I wouldn't have had to cheat in all of that Prudentium that I did in the last episode. So just a thing to note for you all. Oh, I need 4 of those and 1 of those. Oh, I don't need the Inferium crystal anymore. Yes. I've now got things on my roof, because I didn't want to leave these kicking around in my base anymore. But now that we have the Prudentium crystal, this allows us to go to the next tier higher, right? So if I have 4, oops, made prosperity seeds, not a big deal. So now that I have 4 Prudentium, and why does that keep coming to my inventory? Okay, the Prudentium crystal is there. So then the next tier is Tertium. So 4 of those goes into that, and we can make the farmland now if we want to. And it's weird, these are supposed to use, oh, there is uses left. So the more you use these to upcraft, then you'll have to recraft the crystal itself until we get to the top tier, and then that will work on all of the lower ones. But you can't use the Prudentium crystal to put 4 Inferium together to get a Prudentium. And yeah, the Master Infusion crystal, this has unlimited uses, and will have need quite a bit of stuff and things to get to. But that's what that is all about, I guess. Yeah, I didn't have any extra seeds. Don't need the blaze key anymore. I don't need the... Oh, I think I might need some of these. So the other thing it says in the quest book here is this inventory proxy add-on. I have no idea why this is here. You don't need it to operate this machine, but it's there, it's on there. Like machine inventory access. I think like if you had a recipe, like say one thing made another thing, and then you use the product of that to make another one in here, that would be useful. But for now, I didn't need it, but I made it just because the quest line told us to make it. Just being a good little soldier and doing everything that, well, not everything, but most of the things that the quest line is leading us to. All right, so that's it for this one. Let's jump into the zap here. So the one thing that I needed to make that inventory proxy add-on was the assembler itself. So the assembler takes 4 items and makes a new one out of it. And to make this, we needed another plating, a couple more motors, crafters, which we had the ability to make a lot earlier in the pack, but they're just a dropper, which is some cobblestone, or 2 droppers, I guess. Because we need 2 crafters. And this adamant ingot. So the adamant ingot was made in the alloy, or was it made in the foundry with a diamond and a nickel ingot. That's pretty simple stuff there. And that's leading us to this Enderic lens and the Enderic laser, which we're going to use to make charge Certus and skystone. And that leads us down into getting into applied energistics. So that's where we're headed today. So the Enderic lens in itself is made in the assembler. We're going to need a carbon fiber strand and a couple of glass. So let me get going on some of this, because all of my processing over here should be done now. I don't know how many carbon fiber strands we need today, but we need a few. Oh, and then this essence, higher tier essences, can always be downcrafted without using the crystals. So if you want to save on space, like I could craft all this inferium up to prudentium, and then it would take up less slots in my inventory, if that's something that you're worried about. And yes, so we need to get these out of here. So then after the laser, after the Enderic lens, we're going to go to this processing unit, which was what this inventory proxy add-on needed as well. So that's why I had to make the assembler in between episodes. But essentially a plastic sheet, a fiber strand, redstone, and electrum. So an electrum, a redstone, sheet, and a fiber. And this is a 1x2x2 machine, so we needed 3 of the machine cores to make it. So just as a note moving forward, getting used to the Oratech machines. Basically, when you have one in your hand and you're looking it on the ground, you can tell how many of the machine cores that you're going to need for it to actually make itself. So the lens, oh, we need an adamant ingot. Forgot about that guy. So we'll need a diamond and a nickel. And 2 glass. Glass. One of those, 2 of those. Oh, the 2 in the 1 slot worked. Okay. And again, this is shapeless. It doesn't have to be in the exact shape that you see here. And then the laser, we're going to need 2 motors and 3 more plating blocks. Okay, I thought I had everything I needed for, I see. I don't have any stone over here. So I think iron for now is the one I have the most of anyways, so don't have everything for the late. Oh, I need motors. For motors, we need coils. Now we have the Enderic laser. And then to even use the Enderic, that one thing about this system is you can't just put things away up there. You have to actually open the chest to get it. We need a target designator to tell the laser where it's going to be shooting to. So for that we need 3 more processing units, an electrum, a couple of steels. So I'll make these 3 other processing units, and we'll come back and have a look at this laser. Alright, and we have the target designator now. And the last thing I noticed when I put this in my hand, I could see it's a 1 by 1 by 2. So we'll need 1 machine core for it to work. I believe I've got one. I'm still on the primitive machine cores. And I'll just put it down here for now, I guess. Nice. It's following me around. Alright, so we're looking to make charged Certus quartz, which is made with the Enderic Lazer, and we need a block of Certus quartz to make one. So this position here should be the one . Okay, I officially do not know how this is supposed to work. Right-click the block you want to zap, and then right-click on the laser. I thought I did that. Shift right-click, and it looks like it... Gotcha. It went into the inventory. Okay. Easy stuff there. So that's the only way to make charged Certus quartz, and then to get the Certus quartz we have to run around in Crystal Core to pick them up and then do all the processing to get it there. But there is another recipe. So if we take a charged Certus quartz and we put 1 Certus quartz dust and submerge it in water, we get 2 out, but that's not a good recipe. I'm realizing now, because this takes 4 Certus quartz dust to make. Okay, so we'll never mind about that recipe. So that'll be that process there. And then Skystone. Oh, calcite, hey? Which I never brought any back with me. Speaking of back. Oh yes, there's also this molten glass here. I haven't bothered picking any of this up, but that could be interesting to just put in the solidifier and with the block form, and then you can get blocks of glass that way if you're so inclined to do that recipe. But looks like we do have a geode right here we can get some calcite from. So I'll get that and we'll be back. Alright, calcium obtained, or calcite, sorry. And it remembers, now it remembers where it was. So we're going to need 8 of this sky stone. Not 2 more, right? And with that, we're going to make a skystone chest. And yeah, we just blast the skystone chest with the laser. That's going to make the mysterious cube. And for those who know, you basically, in vanilla applied energistics 2, you just find this inside of a meteor and you break it. It'll be faster doing it this way. And that will give you all of the presses that you need. Oh, and the guide, I guess. But that gives us all of these things, which we can use then to go into, I guess the inscriber doesn't need fluix. Okay, we're going to need some stone, though. Oh, 6. So we need to make 2 pistons. I don't want a sticky piston. What am I missing? Planks? Oh wait, I think I do need 2 more cobblestone. Yes, I do. Put these guys away for now. Actually, we could probably keep processing it. Nope, not you. You. Two pistons, and then that gives us the inscriber. The inscriber will need power. We can just put it here for now. And basically you're going to put the press in one slot. Ah, okay, so instead of doing in-world stuff to make the fluix, right, okay. So either emeralds or diamonds plus redstone and nether quartz to make the fluix crystal. Then 4 of those to make a block. And I guess we need 4 of those blocks plus 4 tertium and a certus quartz crystal to make the tertium crystal, which will allow us to make the next tier, which is called Imperium. I always forget what the blue one's called. But yeah, that I'll do all of that off camera because this will be a little bit of grinding, getting diamonds and emeralds to get fluix blocks. I probably have enough to do it right now, but this episode is right nearing the end point, and I think that's a good place to cut it off. So yeah, I think I'll remove that slot as the target, and I'll make that slot the target from now on, and then I can extend this energy pipe out and get more machines going on out this way. And yeah, once we have access to that tertium crystal, then we can go back and make the experience seeds, and from there we'll have enough experience. We can start fishing for silk touch on our pickaxe so that we can get through this section of this quest line here. So on that note, we will cut this off here, and I think that's kind of neat there. We're having the doll on my head takes away my helmet. But I guess I could also try out the other hats because I haven't done that yet. This one's going to be super silly. Couple of honey bottles on the side of my head with a little straw to drink honey all the time. Winky wink, nudge nudge. And, oh, I guess we didn't need to go out of third person mode. How's the crown look? The crown is pretty simplistic. Nothing too special there. I like my doll because we also get a special effect with all of the multicolored swirlies around us. Anyways, as always, I appreciate you for checking out the episode, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!